You can look up. I'll have all that information. Um, three companies bought it. All manufacturers of pharmaceuticals. Okay, Novus. All these companies basically bought into this. So, what they did with coronavirus is basically set up two things: the 5G and also minority reintegration into a further society away from cities. Meaning, if you couldn't afford a city price and you were, poor, you became dead to them. If you were medium class, you became poor. If you were rich, you became medium class. Okay? A lot of people don't understand what government does and how they actually do this, but I'm going to speak on it. So, with that said, let's talk. Coronavirus is basically a virus that has a compound structure to where it attacks your chest, inflammation in the chest, your nasal passage, and around here. Okay. Now, coronavirus has been out for a long time. There's five different types of coronavirus: SARS, Spanish flu. You have a whole bunch of them. All these were basically created during 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. Now, 5G basically events United States over overseas, so we could be ahead of time today. The coronavirus is a manipulation of media and a manipulation of government attacking certain people. You understand? And this is a proven fact. Y'all can look this up. There's case, not one case of somebody with O type blood catching coronavirus. The virus attacks A and AB, mostly African Americans that actually have that type of blood. Okay, nobody's a universal donor. And if they are a universal donor, it's very rare. You know, so they did this, and they created a curfew, a mandatory mask, and everything like that. Like we had to wash our hands and wash our asses better and stuff like that. We've been doing that. They just basically manipulated the whole system to change law, the way we live, and the perception how we see others. So somebody sneezes, you're automatically thinking coronavirus. Shit is real. Oh, that's a sneeze. God bless you. Moral, everything basically has been taken out and manipulated in society's mind to where you cough, you sneeze now, it's a bad thing. And people look at you funny now. Okay. Curfew was established. This was the first bounds. Bounds meaning first objective of the government to actually set a curfew in place. The curfew was established to actually mark martial law without people really getting the gist of it. First, you have to shut down the education system. Then you have to shut down religion. Then you have to shut down society. So three phases of that. They did that. Real good. Real nice. Real nice. You know, a lot of people died. Most of the people that died had underlying other conditions that basically induced that coronavirus in them. If you had a common cold, you most likely had coronavirus before. You understand? Common cold during these times and stuff like that is very normal. Your immune system actually fights it. Okay? Now, coronavirus, let's skip that. If we go into what's going on right now with martial law in different states, 38 or I think 42 states now, martial law. Martial law is completely different than what curfew said. Curfew, they were playing around with it, doing what's called a census. Census to see how many listen. Not many listen. So, New York was an epicenter. A couple places were epicenters to where they had to call, different National Guard military to come in very quick because people weren't listening. So they established this other event that's basically a white false flag. And I want everybody to look at this because it's funny. It's funny in the sense that most people don't understand the manipulation of how media runs this. The car where George Floyd was killed basically said police on it. That's it. There's no plate that does that. Let's establish that. Second thing, the move that was done was actually on the spine of the neck, stopping him from breathing within 3-4 minutes. He continued after the fact, 8 minutes. Is it a sacrifice? Is it something that's beyond a elite? Nobody will ever know because it'll never come out. But I'm going to expose this. Martial law was put in place to segregate African Americans, minorities, Spanish people, Arabs, all that, to look at each other different. Basically, we first thought about this. Oh, China made it. Chinese people did it. Bullshit. Our government manipulated this whole bullshit. You understand? They wanted people to go against one another so they could actually enforce a policy and a law to make law-abiding citizens under the new martial law and new world regulations of how we live right now. Okay? The masks that are created, 3M, Trump has ownership in. So the mask now is selling like hotcake. The guy's selling, you understand? And a lot of people won't understand why all this is being done. Well, it's all money, all gain, all, superpower of what United States wants to do and how they want to basically get black people out of United States, Mexicans out of United States, Spanish people, not understanding that immigrants built this country. Immigrants. So you create martial law because they basically did a scenario to where they killed a man, in cold blood. They killed a man on camera and everything like that. They knew they were being filmed and everything, and they killed a man. This sent a shockwave through the United States to where every state rioted. Now, when every state rioted, it basically created what's called a government interaction to where Trump, our president, basically did something to where he said, hey, you know what? Y'all really have to get this under control or I'm going to put the military on U.S. soil. Now, this has never been done. So us basically just sitting back watching all these new laws be done and everything like that, it created a sense of urgency for the American society people to revolt. That revolt brought us to another level. That revolt brought us to a level to where, we wanted to fight back and we wanted to get our rights back and our freedom and our liberty. But under manipulation of United States, we never had freedom. We never had liberty. We never had any of those things. You understand? And a lot of people would say that, oh, well, they're just doing shit to actually, help us and whatnot. Bull crap. They're not helping us whatsoever. They want us to loot. They want us to fucking riot. Why? Because we're burning down our own society. Our own society is becoming burnt. And the government's loving that. Why? Because they get to take those buildings over. They get to monopolize. They get to play chess while we're still playing checkers and trying to go against a government that basically has a license to kill us. Those rubber bullets were the first step. They will use lethal force within the next month because the riots are going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. There's going to be more videos of people getting killed by cops. There's going to be more videos of cops basically doing shit that makes no sense, putting bricks on the street and stuff like that. So people that are angry and have that animosity towards cops pick it up and throw it. And they have a reason to kill you. This whole system's corrupt. Whole system is corrupt. And, I have over 400 pages of a patent of 4 companies and of 16 different inventors of coronavirus, but it gets deeper. There's a certain operation that United States is doing right now to the American people, false flag attack. False flag attack basically makes us go back to government, ask for help and stuff like that. Now, we shouldn't do that. We should continue to buy from black-owned businesses. We should continue to build each other up. we should continue to actually be positive and actually revolt nonviolent. Martin Luther King was a man of integrity, a man of standard, character, and person, where he didn't allow any of that. And he had peaceful protests. His words stick today, and it made a legacy. George Floyd, he shouldn't die in vain. You understand? Like, I understand why people are angry. I understand that, like, this was done blatant, and, like, all the tension and all the anger you want to put out there. Anytime you see a police officer, it's like, damn, do you think like that? There's not very few, police officers that are, really negative and stuff like that. And that's because they're retiring. They're close to retirement. They want to prove something. They want to basically work the mind of people so they can have a story to tell when they're on their rocking chair taking their pension and shit like that, while society is fucking itself up. All right, so police come into the neighborhood antagonizing. Antagonizing is the means of actually getting in someone's mind and making them forcefully attack. So police do that, and they wind up getting, I think it was 700, 800 arrests in New York. Now, I'm speaking about New York. I've been to mostly every state on the East Coast within the last 4 weeks, and it's different strokes for different folks. I was in Miami. I just bought a house in Miami. Miami did something that represented the whole Dade County of Miami. You understand? They didn't come out in riot gear or anything like that. They knew what was done was wrong and stuff like that. Miami is a Spanish and Black and Haitian society. The officers actually knee on one knee like football players, and they didn't come out in no riot gear. Even the guns, you understand, was still in their holster and stuff like that. 4 or 5 minutes later, someone from the crowd comes and hugs the officer. Shit was marvelous media, but you don't hear about that. Why? Because good doesn't sell. Negative sells. You understand? The influence of bad intentions over good intentions sells media every single day. It's a multi-million dollar industry. If you can't sell negativity, you don't deserve to be in the world. Okay? So now we have our government manipulating us and our minds and our way of thinking, of anger and tension to get, like, payback, because we all have a piece of that man, that man that was living, that was breathing in us. And it's a hatred, anger towards cops now. So now all the good cops that are actually on the force, they know what's going on. But can they say anything when they actually get a paycheck to live and support their family? Can they just step down and not be, confined or arrested for, being AWOL? Oh, they can't. They took an oath to the United States. Okay? Martial law is an oath. I was speaking with somebody, a wife of somebody who was, her husband was National Guard. He had to go to Washington, D.C. It's bad out there. Washington, D.C. is definitely bad. And she was saying, listen, he told me before he left, like, if anything happens, do know I'm not for this. I don't want to do this, but the oath I took, I could be arrested and put in prison if I don't do my job and abide by a captain that basically is sending me out to different locations to segregate and actually attack people who we feel is attacking us. Now, when they say attack, it's not physical, people. It's not physical. Attack, you could be attacking somebody, a cop, by actually being 6 feet near them. You see, that coronavirus shit plays effect now. Coronavirus, they gave you that 6-foot standard. So now they have means in court. If you look on court and stuff like that, they're saying, they're telling you have to stay 6 feet apart. You don't, you're violating, the laws that are put out today. You know, it's it's definitely, a bad look how our government's doing us, but in the same sense, it's a bad look on us for not actually looking up all this knowledge and definitions of what the government is doing, putting in place, and the new laws being made under this new world order of Donald Trump. I said this before even the coronavirus hit. I said a lot of people are gonna be attacked. They're gonna do stuff to manipulate. People are gonna get killed. I was saying this. You people heed my warning and stuff like that. And a lot of people just was like, nah, it's just a conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy no more. Been saying this since day one. You understand? Get your steps in order. Understand life dynamics. Understand the sophistication of chess on how people move. We still in a checker phase as society. You understand? Government's been moving chess pieces all along, and we've been listening and basically being brainwashed through media, through social media, through everything that this government is doing. Do I hate this government? That's a question that's asked to me all the time. I don't hate the government. I just don't deal with the government. There's a big difference. I don't have to deal with a government because of sovereignty. Sovereignty is to where you actually know your work, know your information, put in your applications of Uniform Commercial Code 1, Uniform Commercial Code 2, get your financial statement, and Uniform Commercial Code 4. You get that back when you actually do your financial statement. Now, a lot of people who are under this, they go to states like Texas, you understand, and other states that allow this to where you could live on the compound. Cops can't come or anything like that. Feds can't come. It's hard for them to actually arrest somebody that's sovereign unless that sovereign person, blows something up or does something that um, kills off humans or doesn't have no discretion for humans. Um, so where was I going with this? All right, so now this man gets killed. George Floyd, he gets killed, and the world goes chaos. The whole world, you understand? Like chaos. But this isn't the first man that's been done to. This isn't the first man. You understand? It's been hundreds of people that this has been done to and swept under the rug. Only reason why this actually was brought and put up there is because we advance in technology. Now, technology, the World Wide Web puts everything, and it's more advanced than the government because the government can't hold the server and the information that's input into the server to be put out to the public. That's why it's called the World Wide Web. So the World Wide Web is basically like a journal with human beings, not government, with human beings to actually journal all their days, put pictures of what you're doing and stuff like that. It's a lifetime capsule, basically. So government starts to get on the World Wide Web. You put anything about coronavirus right now on Instagram, I'll put my life on it. Coronavirus 19 or whatever it is, that's put on the bottom of your post. You go on Facebook and say Corona and stuff like that. Some Twitter and all of them, they don't accept that, that verbiage. They have, red flag words that you put it. You're not being uploaded or anything like that. So now the government's controlling the World Wide Web. They've always controlled it, but it was becoming too fast because we have 4G. Now 5G is an input of 1,000 times more to where it's so fast that it gets put out automatically, and then they have to find it and take it, or it get publicized very well that it gets found. You understand? All right. So now, where I'm going with this is basically telling everyone, be careful. It's not a curfew anymore. Martial law is more harsh. You understand? Like, these people do not play fair. Listen, martial law, they could go into houses, businesses, shoot you legally and everything like that. I just want a consensus of right now to stop. I want everyone to look at themselves in the mirror. and basically say to themselves, why am I looting? Why am I burning this down? Why am I even attacking these cops when I know I can't win? You can't win. Amongst a crowd, y'all could actually fight, yell, all that shit, push. But most are being arrested, pepper sprayed, or shot with rubber bullets. So what do we do? That's the question. What do we do? Unite as a voice, like Martin Luther King would say, and come on an executive standard to where we go to legal litigations, we go into Supreme Courts, we file civil suits. Whoever accepted that 1,200, wipe your ass with that and send that shit right back to the government. Sue the government for post-traumatic stress disorder of something they put out. These are just key things that people should know. You understand? Like, I'm not going to say people are dumbfounded, nothing like that. I'm not even going to say that, the information's out there like that, because it's not. This is stuff you have to look up, you have to study, you have to actually integrate your mind to a military action type mind that is against you. The Art of War, 48 Laws of Power. You understand? These are potent books that teach you the manuscript and the manifesto of what this government is doing right now. I encourage and I urge everyone, please, 5 minutes before you go protest or anything like that, you stand in front of a mirror, you ask yourself 3 questions. Who are you? Why are you doing this? And what are you looking to gain? That's it. You understand? I hate the fact if I had a gun and I saw that shit, that cop do that, everybody knows I'm a live wire. That cop would have been shot right there. Okay? I don't give a fuck. I'll say this on air and everything like that. That cop deserves to be shot dead on the street for what he did. And at that, listen, I would have been arrested. Everything would have been news. I probably would have been killed in prison. But I would have left a legacy, not allowing that. There was a state, I don't know what state it was, but they were arresting some African American kids just hanging out, you understand? And it was like a good 5 of them, you understand? And then it was like 10 cops. They're putting them against the wall and stuff like that. And the girl starts screaming, yo, pop off on them, pop off. These dudes took it to the police. And guess what? The police couldn't get out their tasers quick enough. They were getting their ass whipped. They were basically at the wrong area, wrong time, around the wrong people that wasn't with the shits. Are we going to revolt like that and continue to revolt like that to where we see more people dead? Or are we going to revolt in a mannerism that shows them we're more educated and we move better united than fighting and creating the news for these news anchors to publicize that these niggas and these spics and these arrogant motherfuckers are basically scum to earth. That's what they're doing to us. They're fucking branding us. And y'all don't understand that yet. We're being branded. You understand? And that type of socialism, that type of communism, it doesn't work here. I want everybody to really take a look at themselves. You understand? I have many friends that basically went to these different type of, marches and everything like that. And I'm a high priority. If I get caught, I'm being put on the ground. Can't take planes, nothing like that. And I'm already fucked with the law anyway. So with that said, I don't personally go out to do no protest, anything like that on any regard. You understand? Because I have things to live for. My kids, you understand, my family. And I think about that. I think about me just walking down the street and one of these arrogant cops see my beard and stuff like that. Oh, look at this sand nigga. You know how many times I've been called a sand nigga? And I don't pop at these cops. Salam. That's all. And I walk away. That's how we have to take this and then take it to courts. Court system doesn't do that much, but if enough people actually do a class action lawsuit, that's the unified front. That means laws have to change. That means Bill of Rights have to actually go and be amended. You understand? This is how we have to move. We have to move smart. Move smart, strategic, and militant. You know, and not to get off the subject. As far as George Floyd, let me tell you, I feel like this was a whole setup. You understand? The officer and Mr. Floyd worked in a club together and they had a disagreement of shifts or whatever it was. This came out in papers, just to let y'all know, in Minnesota, I believe, no, Minneapolis, or wherever it was. You understand? It came out in papers. They worked together, whatever. That was no cause for this man to be found and his life taken. He could have been the worst criminal in the motherfucking world. He still got rights. He still has liberty. He still had a freedom to walk the street until proven guilty. But in today's society, guilty until proven innocent. And the law is blind. And our government does not like us. And I can't even say our government. The government that's been put in place doesn't like us. Kanye said it best. Our government does not like black people. They don't like minorities. They ain't for us. They don't want us to be here. They don't want us to be successful. They don't want us to grow. They don't want us to establish businesses. They don't want us to have families. They want to enslave us. Enslave us. They want to enslave our mind. They want to empower our words. They want to empower our actions. They want to see all of that within our character and personality of them changing it. Not us changing it for the betterment, them changing it for the worse of society and communities, because we're burning down our own fucking communities. We're looting our own stores. We're giving the government access to these locations because they're on fire, and we're looting and shit like that. And these mom and pop shops, they don't have enough to actually, do the store over or, make funds to get it redone. Like, none of that. Come on, people. Think about it. We burned 3-4 stores. 3-4 stores right now. 3-4 stores. We burn. We burn the shit. What happens here? The government takes over that land. What don't y'all get? I don't understand this. We looting our own people, putting a struggle in our community. People in our community have to walk further or go further and be antagonized by these police because they're in different areas trying to shop because they don't have shops in their community. Come on, is this fair? Is this fair? George wouldn't have liked this. You seen that smile in the picture? I seen a smile. Picture, he's with his mom as a kid. That was an embodiment of what American liberty is and freedom is. To smile, to gain composure, and actually be a part of society, rather than opposed to just being enslaved by society, being minute to society, being scum of the ground to society. We have to think better. We have to think better. Everything that's done is a false flag on us. And I don't know how else to say this. Like, we're being brainwashed and we're accepting it. We're fucking accepting it. Will YouTube put up this video? I have no idea. I hope it does. I hope this reaches a lot of people and everything like that. I hope World Star picks it up. This is Mr. Dope Chef. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm going to continue showing evidence. I'm going to continue basically pulling cards of this government. You understand? From everything that they've done corrupt. You know why? Because my truth is my legacy. My legacy, I live. My mind is knowledge. And that empowers the embodiment of wisdom. When you learn how to be wise, you elevate yourself to the next level. When you learn how to be an architect, you design a prison in your own right. to know the boundaries of life. Every life matters. Every life matters. But right now, America, Black lives matter. You know why? Because Black lives are being attacked. Okay? Everybody says it's not about color or anything like that. It is right now. Cops don't like Black people. Government don't like Black people. All right? They keep demonizing them. They keep beating them up. They keep scolding them. They keep pulling up on them, basically beating them down for information and shit like that. This is not a society. This is not a freedom. It isn't a liberty. It's not even a game of somebody actually trying to elevate their own way of living. What's a way of life? To feel like I come out my doors and I'm going to be killed by police that's supposed to protect and serve the community rather than opposed to actually kill and manipulate and fucking scold the community to where it's like everybody is a target. I'm not feeling this. It's not justified. People, there's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. Y'all have to use your mind. Y'all have to use your power of words and intellect to take this shit to the next level. Create a peace hour to where nobody does anything. Everybody puts their hands up and they remember all those who died, not only one person, because there's been hundreds of people who have fallen victim to the Shield in Blue, which is a gang in blue. Shit. Right now, gangs could be better police than police. Bloods, Crips, Trinidadios, Latin Kings, everybody's uniting. When has that been done? Huh? It's crazy right now. It's crazy, but people are seeing this because it's being given to them little by little from a government that don't give a fuck about you. I just, like, listen, I represent me, but I know a lot of people, you know, they won't speak because of for whatever reasons. But I have a team that I love with all my heart. You understand? All my artists, everybody who I work with, who basically is around me and stuff like that, the auras. Why? Because I established and created my own atmosphere. So together, atmosphere that's positive, that's nonviolent. Martin Luther King would have done this the best. You understand? So we could go, and I even out here. So I'm about to, and I don't give a fuck. Oh, let's get out of here. Yeah, no, hold on, I'm still alive. Yeah, but a couple cop cars pulling up. It's all good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. So I'm gonna stay on live right now in case anything happens. I am in I don't know. This is what, North Carolina. So North Carolina is kind of racist. I ain't even gonna say kind of racist. They're racist out here. They got Confederate flags, but there's a lot of African Americans out here, a lot of different Polish people out here. I mean, it is what it is. Let's get the fuck out of here, quick. If the nigga pulls up behind us, we done. Yo, but you wanna go north? All right. So right now, we south of the border in North Carolina. I'm not trying to lift up the phone right now. You understand? Because I don't know what direction they want right now.
It's right there.
Oh yeah.
It was blessed.
All right. So how far is it? Let's go. That was close, people. You see, like for me to live like that, does that thing even make sense? That I have to be intimidated and I have to basically be fearful that police might, just come over to me and just start with me for no fucking reason. Nah, that's not freedom. You understand? It makes no sense on why this is being done, but it makes sense to a government that wants to monopolize and segregate minorities. We a race, and it's only one race. It's not about pigment of color. We the human race. Society oh, he turned around. Go, 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 go. Society has trials and tribulations. Trials and tribulations right now is us against them. Let's do this shit very clear. Yeah, he pulling up behind us. Yeah, I'm gonna get off this. Alright, so hold on, people. Oh, my shit just went off. Oh no. Huh? I know he's behind us. Hold on, my seatbelt. Where you put that stuff at? Back, right? Okay. Make sure you don't stop. If he puts the siren on, don't stop until you go into like a gas station or something like that. I'm dead ass. Go behind the truck. I'm still on the radio. You're huge. Alright, so what's good, people? Alright, so we good. Right around. Yo, so like I was saying, right now, a lot of things are gonna be changing. Like our kids, they're not gonna ever see the freedoms that we had. We can't see. So I have to go. I like it. Where is it? Yeah. There we go. Perfect. I like this deal. Where they at? Oh, he on the side of us? Damn, son. Oh, that was a DT coach. Oh, man, this is bad. Yo, we've had 3 cop cars, DT cars, already passed us. To the point they were looking at us while I was doing this whole shit. I did in the open area, but it is what it is. Sometimes you have to get the message out like that. Yeah. We're here at 61. Yeah, so let's get back to this now. I wish I could get the paperwork for you guys. Where's the paperwork at? Where's the paperwork? Look, where's the paperwork? The packets I had in all those companies. So, listen, I'm gonna put the links out with this video and everything like that. All the companies involved in this, the inventors, the Euro patent right now. That's a Euro trade right now. It's on the market. Of vaccines for coronavirus. Um, we got a lot more going on, but trust me, all this shit's gonna be exposed. I should say it, but I'm not. Catch me if you can. That's gonna be my new slogan. Listen, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm a abiding, sovereign citizen, and I feel like It's a disgrace how America is doing its people. It's a fucking disgrace. And a lot of the times that people start chaos is because they're being antagonized. Antagonizing is the worst element of surprise for someone who doesn't really do anything wrong, but they're basically influenced to give a reaction. It's just in our blood, in our DNA to do that. And I just ask that everybody be safe out there. You know, learn this law that's coming out. All this law that's coming out is brand new law that they're putting into fucking Congress and everything like that, executive law, all this shit. So even during those riots, people listen. All y'all that trying to sue for police pushing you and shit like that, that shit's gonna be a dub in court. I'm gonna tell you why. The court already knows there's a 6-foot distance of people. So you're actually attacking an officer when you go more than 6 feet, like 5, 4 feet, 3 feet, try to speak to them directly like that. If they want to, any lawsuit will be dubbed. You understand? That's how America works. But I just had to get all this off my mind. I hope everyone could be safe out there. Rest in peace, George Floyd. You know, chaos creates chaos, but knowledge is a power that creates wisdom. And being wise and nonviolent is the wise choice to live another day and put a legacy that's positive. Mr. Dope Chef, Triple Vibes Radio. Shout out to Shaw Black. Shout out to my boy Dougie. Shout out to everybody a part of, the Triple Vibes crew. All the artists that basically Red Money, Treble Light ENT, Red Light, I could keep going, Black Wall Street, Top Dog Entertainment, Dipset West. Keep going. 319 artists. Salute all y'all. Be safe out there. Use your voice as a power and a platform. Do not antagonize these police because they will put you on the ground as a high priority. Alright? And I hope everybody stays blessed. Whether people gonna heed this message or not, I don't know. But yeah, have a good night.